Hello everyone, for this video we're going to be taking a look at another magical girl figure that I recently got, and this is the freeing 1/8 scale of Yuki Yuna from Yuki Yuna is a Hero, or Yuki Yuna wa Yusha de Aru, is the Japanese title in the left corner. And what you're looking at is the bottom of the box, and the box itself is fairly simple but goes well with the design of the figure nonetheless, with a very pink theme, as you can see, going on throughout, and we just have the name of the character as well as the title of the series at the bottom, and 1/8 scale pre-painted figure, as well as that Kadokawa sticker of authenticity. And inside the box, I don't know if you can tell, but the inside design is actually quite beautiful as well. There's a lot of soft pinks and orange and yellow colors and swirls and different shapes going on throughout. And the front has a really decent sized peep window, so you really get a nice look at the figure. And of course some more of that soft pink and little smatterings of cherry blossoms going on throughout the box design. And on this side of the box we have a nice little bit of a peep window, as well as once again the name of the character and series at the bottom, as well as a nice picture of the figure. And the other side of the box is pretty similar to the first side. The bottom of the box is just a plain dark pink, and the top of the box is relatively same to the rest of the box with just a couple of peep windows. And finally, on the back of the box we have the usual information included on figure boxes at the bottom, and on the back, instead of more artwork of the figure, we have another decent sized peep window to look at the figure, and once again the title of the series and the character. So without further ado, let's take a look at Yuki Yuna herself. So I will start off this review by saying I know nothing, or not much, about the series and character itself, just that it is a magical girl series, and I have yet to watch it, so my review is not going to be on accuracy of how they portray the character so much as just the aesthetics and the quality of it, so please bear with me. But as always, starting off with the base, Yuki Yuna has a relatively simple plain disc base of a semi-translucent, a little bit frosted, solid pink color. Nothing too special, but again it does go nicely with the overall pink theme of the figure there. And I will say her boots are very nicely done. I really like the bit of white piece that kind of wraps around her leg and flares out around the bottom of her feet right there. And she does snap into place with just her foot on the right, but she does snap pretty securely, and the figure itself is very stable. But here is a better look at the details of her shoes. I think they are very cutely done. Her legs are nicely sculpted, and I do like the little bit of shading done around the knees, kind of giving it that extra bit of dimension. And just underneath the major part of her outfit, you kind of get a peek at that bottom layer, which seems to be almost like a spandex like exercise type shorts deal, just because it looks like it clings very tightly to her skin. But I really like the sculpt and attention to detail to that as well. The lines are pretty clean painted and whatnot. And although Yuki Yuna is in a fairly simple pose, just kind of with her hands on her hips, the attention to detail with the outfit and all the little intricate details are very impressively done, I have to say. I especially like the way that the bottom, almost kind of coattail-like piece of her magical girl outfit just really billows gracefully around her, and it's very beautifully painted. There's a nice sort of gradient to it where it looks a little bit very pale pink, and at the ends it kind of turns into a little bit of light airbrush, slightly darker pink as well. And everything on the front part of her outfit is fairly cleanly sculpted and painted. I really like the attention to detail with the little red and white ribbon at her front, and as well as the sort of chest armor type piece that she's wearing, as well as her kind of, I don't know if they're kind of wrist guards or something she has going on her wrist, are painted a slightly more shinier finish than just her regular clothes, so they kind of have a little bit more of a pop, as well as a little bit of a more opalescent type of paint finish to it, so it really is a very eye-catching detail, I think. And again, I just really love the attention to detail over these little guard-type pieces over her hand and lower arm, especially just the way that they're sculpted and shaped, and that little bit of cherry blossom paint detail. And this other arm is quite cute as well. It looks like there's a bit of a heart shape cutout going on in that top piece right there. And all the pieces of her outfit intertwine really nicely with one another and complement each other, I think. There are just a few minor paint defects here and there. You notice one on her arm and one on that little piece connecting everything right underneath her chin, but very minor in the scheme of things and not something you really notice offhand. And as we look at her from the back, again you see kind of that Seifuku style collar she has going on with her outfit, slightly billows behind her as well with the kind of windswept, powerful motion of the figure. And once again, everything is just sculpted absolutely beautiful. I will say that the parts of her outfit right here, as well as her hair, are very fragile, so do be careful with her if you get this figure. And finally here is a better look at Yuki Yuna's face, and I will say that her head tilts slightly a little bit more downwards than I thought she would be from looking at the pictures on the box. But the face is just beautifully sculpted and painted. I really love her sort of soft, confident smile she has going on, and her eyes are just absolutely gorgeous. I love the shades of pink that they are. And of course her hair is one of the more interesting points of the figure as well. Once again, continuing with that bit of motion captured in her clothes, her hair just kind of twirls gracefully around her. And once again, do be careful with her hair just because you see her ponytail is quite thin and there's so many thin little strands that it was very packaged safely, but just because of the way they are, just be very careful not to break them off. And I really love her hair tie. It looks like kind of a big cherry blossom with these ribbons flowing behind her as well. And again, I just really love the way her hair is sculpted and painted. So overall, I'm actually pretty impressed and content with this figure, I think. I know frame can be hit and miss sometimes. They're especially good with their Yucata figures, however, but when they branch into other figures, I'm not sure what the quality would be like. But for this one, I think she looks pretty good. I do like the pose. It is quite simple and cute, and I know there is another Yuki Yuna figure that is coming out. I don't think it's come out yet, made by Alter, and Alter tends to have really A+ quality when it comes to their figures, so it might be the better looking one, but I don't think this one is a particularly bad option for fans. She's quite simple and cute, and I think the Alter one has more of a fighting type of stance for the figure, but yeah, I really like this one, so definitely pick her up if you are a fan of the series, and that is it for now. Until next time, thanks for watching.